Hello YouTube, it's your favorite YouTube pooper, the Chutley, here to answer those questions I got on my Q&A video about 6 months or so ago, and I haven't been bothered to answer them. Let's get started. Question number 1 comes from Metroid998. Why did you choose the username the Chutley? What makes it significant? The answer, absolutely nothing. It was an account name I came up with 2 years ago in the summer of 2008. It was originally supposed to be an alternate for YouTube Poop Source, and then when I abandoned the account in February of last year, I decided to go and integrate myself into the Chutley account. So, yeah, there's nothing too significant about that. Next question comes from FerretFreak111.
What was going through your head when you made YouTube Poop Source? And don't say I don't know.
I don't know. Ha! Just kidding. Well, basically what the main purpose was with YouTube Poop Source is that I wanted to integrate all these different sources that were already found on YouTube and put them onto one account so people could find their generic sources with ease. And now that I look back at it, it was quite a pathetic attempt because the only sources I ever uploaded onto that account were quite popular and were very, very easy to find. That's probably why I attracted all the generic users who had no idea how to download videos off YouTube. And next question comes from Asuan. Who, besides Micro, that one is obvious, do you take inspiration from? I take inspiration from Microprocessor, Mohawk, I'm a Person, Panic with the Crisco, Valuigi, McMangos. But I also take inspiration from pretty much everyone I'm subscribed to, at least in some way. Also, my inspirations are always constantly changing, so I can't really give a definitive answer. Tune in 6 months from now when my inspiration will be Jake Steele and Bill Morshoe. The next question comes from Mugen Overlord. Here's mine. What do you think was your first YouTube poop and what got you into making them? My first YouTube poop was made back in the summer of 2008, and the title of it was YouTube Poop, Walrus Guy is a Pagan. Yeah, I was quite the little retard back then. It was a sentence mixing slash humor poop that also had several stuttering techniques and I wouldn't say seizure effects, but it was basically just inverting and re-inverting frames. And what do I think of it? I thought it was good at the time, but looking back at it, I could have made it a lot better. Of course, everyone says that about their first YouTube poop, so whatever. What got me into making YouTube poop? Nothing really got me into making YouTube poop. I just kind of thought it would be a interesting experience if I got myself into it. Yeah, I don't know either. Next question comes from RWYSwim729. What do you think is your best work? Oh, that's a good question. I consider a lot of the things I make to be my best work. I've made so much shit that it's really hard for me to pick. But if I had to, I'd say probably Put the Book Down Part 9. It's the one that I had the most fun making, and I watch it occasionally. It's never really gets old for me. Next question comes from Nova Basso. Do you have an alternate account? Yeah, I do. It's Glaceoin. It's spelled like Glaceon, except the E and the O are switched around. The next question comes from Admiral Machine. Do you like hentai? Who is your favorite pooper? I prefer Yuri more, actually. I know I'm gonna be totally honest with you and tell you straightforward that I am a big fan of Yuri. And my favorite pooper is probably FFgasm for that very reason. No, I'm just kidding. Although he makes very excellent tennis rounds, my favorite pooper would have to be I'm a Person because he has the perfect mix of humor and nonsensicalness that I adore in YouTube poop. Next question comes from Progress Zeal. You guys should all check out this guy's poops because he's quite fantastic and is very underrated. What is / are your favorite sources? Well, probably that one and that one. Oh, and I also like that one. Next question comes from U61D. Do you ever get pooper's block, and how do you overcome it? Yes, I do. Like any pooper, I get pooper's block, and when I get it, it sucks. How do I overcome it? Well, either I wait for a suggested amount of time until I feel like I'm ready to go back and actually try to do whatever it is I was doing, or I push through it and act like it's not even there, and sometimes that can get quite irritating. The next question comes from the pesky Diglet. Here's my question I want to know from every YouTube pooper in a way. What do your friends and family think of YouTube poop, if they know of it? Well, I do tell my friends about my YouTube poop account, and I have about 2 of my friends that are really into my poops. The rest of them don't really quite grasp the concept that is YouTube poop. And my family, my mom is kind of stupid, so she doesn't really know that I make them, and my dad finds it mind rot. So thank you for asking. Next question comes from Buttsbo. Will you make a Tunak Tun only YouTube poop? Sure, why not? That's one of my favorite sources, so sure! The next question comes from Pokefire50. Have you heard of Happy Tree Friends? This is in case you take comments instead of that PM I sent you. Yes, I have heard of Happy Tree Friends. When I was in grade 6 and grade 7, I loved it. Now I fucking hate it. Next question comes from TechWorks. How the fuck did you get so good at this? (less than). My secret is probably tennising all the time because I get a chance to experiment many different techniques in my style that I may show you in my YouTube poops because that's all you guys ever watch from me anyways.
The next question comes from Quacks94. What got you into tennis? Oh,
you know what? Let me stop right there and let me tell you something. That little sound I just made is gonna be exploded. Oh, I tell you, it's gonna be exploded by Billy Morshoe, Julie Screen, and Jake Steele because they're so fucking funny!
What a good question. Well, the first tennis match I ever saw was Nuthead versus Terrorist. It was a 4-round match that I saw in the summer of 2008 when I was first just getting really into YouTube poop, and I absolutely loved it. It was so insane. I didn't even think such a thing existed. So afterwards, I really wanted to try it, and I ended up having my first match with 3-inch Horse, who is pretty inactive at the moment. I wish he would return. He was pretty good. And it just kicked off from there. I just really got into it, and yeah. Next question. Mr. Batty X. Would you be mad if I made I Am Yingvi before you? Also, which tennis match are you looking forward to most in your plans? No, I wouldn't, because I know that Yingwei loves me more than he loves you, you faggots. So I wouldn't be too depressed about it. I wouldn't be depressed at all. Why am I saying that? I don't know. And which tennis match am I looking forward to in my plans? I'm very spontaneous when it comes to tennis, so I'm not really looking forward to a specific match. I guess I'm looking forward to all of my matches to see how they all develop over the rounds. So yeah, that's that.
I'm sorry, but due to YouTube's time constraints, I'm going to have to separate this into a second parter. I have 50 questions, and I'm only on question, 18? I'll see you guys in a little bit. This has been the Chutley and A.